Oh Jesus. One of the armored vehicles. Normally you'll be able to get to Dora Observatory as well, but there's actually a military operation going on right now. What could that be? Are they meeting Kim Jong-un? Who are they meeting? Are they preparing for something big? See all the armored vehicles. Just people coming in and out with cars, checking military. There's all barricades everywhere, just in case. This one's got like bowling pins on it. For the last 2 years, I've been to like 17 different countries, but that was the first time ever experiencing anything like that. Good morning from a cloudy day here in Seoul. Hopefully the mood doesn't stay cloudy, because I'm heading to the North Korea, South Korea, DMZ border. Now the DMZ, known as the Korean Demilitarized Zone, is a 250-kilometer long, 4-kilometer wide buffer zone separating North and South Korea. Despite its name, it's far from peaceful. Established in 1953, the DMZ serves as a heavily fortified barrier where both sides maintain a tense ceasefire. No formal peace treaty was ever signed, meaning North and South Korea are technically still at war. I'm actually going by myself, and I'm staying overnight. Seen a lot of people go there for tours, and I want to see what the vibe, what the aura is like at night. Not that I want to get into any danger, you know, that'd be stupid, but it's a little bit different to experience a place for the entire day. We're about to catch a couple trains. It takes around about 2 hours there by train and buses, so join me for the journey. Good old trusty Seoul metro system with the cute little T-money card. I think it is this train right here. So I'm gonna get off at Icheon station. Alright, one station down. I'm gonna catch the Gyeonggi Junggang line now. This one right here, just gotta head up the stairs. What was that? She's obviously going through her character building moments. Right. Alright, now we're gonna find a bus. I'm gonna catch my very first bus here in South Korea. Look at this, immediately we've got people in the army outfits and stuff already. It's gonna be definitely heavily protected. This is cool. There must be a lot of the Korean army based out here, obviously for the DMZ and training, Korean army. Oh mate, I didn't even see that. Camouflage wear, Korean bags, frontline guard forces. So yeah, Korean army is very, very well respected, and I think it's interesting to see. I've seen a few just walking around in the army suits already, but I've got to go and catch this bus. I think that's my bus. Oh, that was my bus, 058B. I've just been yapping away to the camera. All right, well, this is the thing with the rule. It says no ETA.
What's your ETA? What's your ETA?
Bus should be arriving right now, actually. It's good, they've got these screens here. Lets you know estimated arrival time, how many seats left, current location and all that. So just got to figure out if I could use the T-money card as well, or if it's just cash. Oh, perfect. First Korean bus. It's tiny. With all the Halmanese. Like I thought, small town is just the elderly, or the kids probably go into Seoul for work, to study. Because there's like 10 Halmanese just standing outside. 감사합니다. Alright, always thank the bus drivers, guys. Alright, now it's about a 10-minute walk. This is as far as this bus goes to my destination. Oh Jesus, one of the armored vehicles. What have you got in there? Must be like artillery, guns. I don't know. Looks like a train does run through here though. It looks like this is the restaurant section. South Korean foods, but wow. I'll be honest, the coloring scheme on that looks pretty cool. I think I'm here. Here we go. Doesn't open. What's all this? 안녕하세요. I'm 3 hours early to check in. I just wanted to drop my bag somewhere safe. Spiderwebs. Alright. What do we do now? I'll think of something. Think! Think, Jimmy, think! Ah! Luckily the owner was in, I managed to check in, and he even offered me a ride to the DMZ. And then I can walk around here after. Yeah, okay. Okay, no worries. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Have a nice day. I will. Alright. That was the owner of the accommodation. Very, very nice guy. Here we are, the DMZ. I've got to go in and purchase a ticket as part of a tour. But this is a little bit wild. They've made an amusement park, a theme park out of it. This is jokes. You got a little pirate ship. You got like a swinging, bigger pirate ship. And you got like a swimming pool here as well. This is not something I expected to see. Paju Imjingak Peace Gondola. Convenience stores as well. Boston Burger. You've got just restaurants. I guess that makes sense. You get a little bit of hungry. Like a little cafeteria. Korean K-pop bangers playing off, hot food. This says DMZ here live. I think that's a show. I don't think this is it. This is a virtual reality game section. Drone Rider, I wonder if you shoot at the north. Is that what that is? Secret Forest, Shuttle Rider, Coloring Zoo. Jesus. I think it might be in here actually. Tourist Information Center. I think you buy the tickets here.
9,201 per person.
Okay,
So
one person.
1 person.
Yeah. Alright, so we're going to be checking this out in a little bit. My time slot's at 1 p.m. This is the third tunnel. It's going to be interesting to learn about this. I want to share this with you guys really quick. We are currently here at Imjingak tourist site. Our bus leaves at 1 p.m. to get closer to the actual DMZ. We're able to go into Tongilchon village and the third tunnel as well. Normally you'll be able to get to Dora Observatory as well, but there's actually a military operation going on right now. What could that be? A military operation on right now, guys. That's all she said. I tried to pry for more information, but no. Are they meeting Kim Jong-un? Who are they meeting? Are they preparing for something big? So it turns out that these military operations resumed as of June 2024. For many decades, both North and South Korea blasted propaganda across the DMZ using massive loudspeakers mounted along the border. North Korean broadcasts featured martial music, praise for their leaders, and threats, all aimed at demoralizing South Korean troops. In response, South Korea countered with broadcasts of popular music and lectures of democracy and freedom. Propaganda didn't just come through speakers. Balloons were another key method. Since the Korean War, both sides have used balloons to float leaflets into the enemy territory. South Korean activists have sent thousands of leaflets attached to balloons, hoping to reach South Korean soldiers with messages of freedom and democracy. However, in 2018, North and South Korea agreed to dismantle their loudspeakers and end the balloon campaigns. However, for years to follow, specifically in 2024, after South Korean activists continued to send leaflets across the border, North Korea responded by flying hundreds of balloons filled with trash into South Korea. This act of retaliation has prompted South Korea to suspend any agreements and resume military drills and operations along the border, signaling a return to heightened tensions. So this is the DMZ tour bus stop. Got my ticket. I think we're just gonna wait. Oh, I think we're going on now actually. Just gotta show Uncle the ticket. So, four. Okay. There's a couple of military checkpoints as well. So gotta show them your passport and stuff, what I believe. I don't really want to film that, but yeah, you gotta make sure. Just up here actually. See you on the other side, hopefully. Alright, we're on the way. It's out there for like 5 minutes. They're very, very thorough, as you'd expect. See all the armored vehicles, just people coming in and out with cars, checking military. This is Unification Bridge though, actually. This is the iconic bridge you might have seen on like some Korean dramas. But yeah, it's heavily guarded, gated. Oh, Jesus. I've got all these as well, in case someone tries to run through. Got these little barricades everywhere, just in case. This one's got like rolling pins on it. There you go, DMZ. I don't think I can actually film the tunnel, but I'll see what I can film. At least the experience. One little auditorium. It looks like they're going to play an 8-minute video first before we go into the third tunnel. So it's going to explain essentially what everything is. I've just joined an English-speaking tour group as well, so worked out well. It's cheaper as well. Alright guys, I'm about to go into the third tunnel. I'll tell you about everything afterwards, because you're not allowed to film. So I'm just going to check out the experience, see what's going on. I'm going to do it by myself, so we'll see what I can learn. So I'll see you guys at the end. Alright. Just finished the third tunnel. That was pretty cool. I'll explain why, but it was also a little bit intense, a little bit eerily. So the third tunnel is just down there actually. No cameras, no nothing. So hopefully I can try and find some footage online and have a look, but an intriguing experience. For the last 2 years I've been to like 17 different countries, but that was the first time ever experiencing anything like that. So this is the third tunnel imagery right here. And the significance of this one is I believe it's the largest tunnel that South Korea found. I'll explain it and then I'll go into the story behind it. So this is the walkway. That's where I went down. You have to put on little helmets. Walkway 358 meters. It's very steep. You go on and in, and the weird thing is there's actually a monorail. It's out of service, but it's an amusement park. There's a freaking monorail that you can take in and around. And then this is the interesting bit though. This is the actual infiltration tunnel that they built there. So the tunnel that North Korea dug in order to invade or attempt to invade South Korea is about 1,600 meters long. Only 265 meters is accessible. And then you come to the end, which is you see the Korean War Armistice, the treaty that they had signed together. And then the rest is the restricted area. While I was just sitting down and learning about the DMZ and the history of the Korean War and where everything is at now, very, very intriguing. From 1910 to 1945, Korea was under Japanese colonial rule. But everything changed in 1945 when World War II ended and Japan surrendered, ending their 35-year control over Korea. Post the war, Korea was temporarily divided into two. The Soviet Union controlled the north and the US took charge of the south. By 1946, tensions deepened as negotiations between the two sides to reunify Korea failed. With the two nations now clashing over how to manage Korea's future, this led to political and military tensions. In 1948, South Korea held elections supervised by the United Nations, leading to the establishment of the Republic of Korea. In response, North Korea formed the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Both sides claimed to be the legitimate government, and tensions soon escalated into violent skirmishes along the border. In June of 1950, these tensions erupted into a full-scale Korean War, where North Korean forces invaded South Korea. Over 3 million people would die in the brutal 3-year conflict. Eventually, the war would reach a stalemate, and an armistice agreement was signed in 1953. This created the DMZ, the Korean Demilitarized Zone, a heavily fortified buffer zone between the North and South. But remember, this isn't a peace treaty. Technically, both Koreas are still at war today. Fast forward to 1974. In a shocking twist, a North Korean defector revealed to the South Koreans that North Korea was secretly constructing infiltration tunnels beneath the DMZ. In early November 1974, seismic detectors were placed along the sections of the DMZ in suspected areas to monitor any unusual ground activity. On November 15, 1974, the South Korean military detected strange vibrations and underground noises in an area 65 kilometers north of Seoul. After extensive drilling, they discovered North Korea's first tunnel. The tunnel, equipped with weapons and rail systems, was clearly intended for military use, In the years that followed, 3 more tunnels were discovered in 1975, 1978, and 1990. Each one carefully constructed with the goal of infiltrating South Korea undetected. I've never lived through a separation of war, but the Vietnam War, very similar, ended in 1975. My parents were born just in and around that time, or maybe just a few years, maybe 10 years before. My grandparents would have lived through that war, so I sort of reminisce me learning about the Vietnam War and the history about the countless number of people that died that probably wasn't necessary at all. One of the tanks just laying around casually for display as well. So far, the experience has been weirdly enjoyable, but also like a little bit of high tensions going through the checkpoints. I've never been through a military checkpoint before, so that's probably the reason why. Everyone's in guard, they've got guns, armored vehicles driving in and around. I am bummed that we can't go to the Dora Observatory. That's where I was mentioning that there is some sort of military operation. That's actually where you can see over into North Korea, where you can see through the binocular things, where you can look over and maybe see people, animals, whatever it is. So I'm a little bit bummed about that. We've stopped off, not where we began though, so I guess we can just see what's going on in and around here. I think it's a little pit stop, a little souvenir shop from the looks of it, and restaurant. Trying to push the money. Let's check out the souvenir store actually. I heard we can actually get some North Korean soju. I'd love to try some North Korean soju. I think these are the Korean ones, South Korean ones. Maybe I was supposed to buy it at the DMZ. But here we've got some DMZ stuff here. We've got the old ginseng, I believe. Apparently it's very good for health. You can get Republic of Korea army outfits. Little soldiers. Yeah, it's such a touristic place. Korean shot glasses. Little DMZ bobblehead things. Oh, this is cool. Little North Korea cups. DMZ. Jesus. This is very in your face. We've got the armored vehicles. We've all got the army, the Korean army just out here eating ice cream, listening to K-pop. Such a surreal feeling. We are back where we started. I'm gonna go and grab some food, but there's like 50 army officers just over there. Just maybe that was post the operation today. 안녕하세요. Gimbap? Gimbap? What? Yeah. 5,000? Okay. 감사합니다. Chopsticks? Okay. Gimbap. I guess I'm used to sushi. Their own sort of version. Here we go, we have the gimbap. Yeah, that's all the military. All of them just walking there. I won't pry too much. Hopefully no one gets offended, but it's just like sushi in Australia. But the gimbap, Korea's version. I was mentioned earlier about the Vietnam War. I'm Vietnamese, born in Australia though. They had a war, and I guess for better or worse, thankfully there was a winner. So the North succeeded and Vietnam eventually reunified. Thankfully, the North doesn't seem as crazy as what it is in North Korea, Kim Jong-un and all this stuff. So I'm thankful. It'd be so weird if I had to go to Vietnam for a holiday and just go to Ho Chi Minh or Saigon, which is probably what it would have been called if the North didn't win. And then imagining like not even being able to get to Hanoi, where Sapa is, where all the amazing scenery is. So very thankful. There's been a lot of like civil wars, and no one ever wants a war, especially the people, the locals. Fingers crossed that hopefully one day they do become unified and they can all share a little nice little gimbap together. Not sure if you can see, but just behind me, the military still out and about. They're all young. They're about like 18, 19, 20. So I do believe in South Korea it's conscription. So you have to go from, I don't know how long, maybe a year worth of service within the military. And to be honest, I've thought about it, and not that it's cool, but the camaraderie you'd build, the discipline you'd build, maybe the physique you'd build, training within the military, the army, might actually be pretty cool. Like that aspect of it. Obviously never the threat of facing an imminent war, which who knows, one crazy mistake could lead to an outbreak. But just seeing all of them, there was like 50 guys there before, just like having a little bit of banter, running around-ish. They're all just people. One thing it also does is like, once you're in the army, I'd imagine like, It builds a level of patriotism and belief and love in your country. Like, I love Australia, I've been born there, but I don't have this like huge significant attachment to it. I have that maybe a little bit more with Vietnam, maybe because they're culturally, you know, but I feel like even in countries like America, bad or worse, those in the army, like it's a symbol of honor. I thought it was just interesting to share. I'm keen to wait till night though. That's why I've decided to stay overnight, just to see, like I said, if there's a different vibe. The very kind host at my homestay says, feel safe as can be. Nothing worries that bloke. So I'm keen to see though, just what the vibe is at night when I go and grab some dinner. Because so far, during the day, the DMZ, I personally felt relatively safe as well. Only time where my heart maybe not stuttered like or stopped, but you know, you get that weird tensed up feeling is the military checkpoints. They all seemed very serious but relaxed at the same time. That was an interesting experience to say the least. Welcome to the evening. It's about 6 p.m. The sun is slowly setting. It has been pouring down rain. I'm just trying to get out and get some dinner before, I don't know if this rain's going to pick up again. They've got some restaurants here. I'm gonna go to this one here. Would have loved to try some like North Korean noodles. There's like this one that is really famous for, and North Korean soju, but I'll have to wait till I get to North Korea one day. Apparently this place is decent. Maybe we can grab a seat in here. 안녕하세요. One menu. Yeah. Yes, jjigae. Alright, so they do soup here. I think is the main little dish. Soup. Is that cheese? It is a sort of corner piece of cheese. I really like this in Korea. They put all of the spoons, the chopsticks, napkins all on the side, so it's just such an easy way to do that. 감사합니다. The rice. Veg as well. It's mainly just soup, spring onions, green onions, a little bit of cheese, the ham, which is I think something that they got from the Americans, like the Spam. This is boiling. Let's try some of this jjigae. Oh, a little bit soury, a little bit sweet, and then umami overload. A little bit of ham. It's like smoked ham. They really like their processed meats. Oh, we've got some like meat slices as well. Not the greatest Korean meal, but pretty good. Dinner done, 9,001. I'm just gonna go ahead and see what else is around the neighborhood before it gets pitch black, whilst there's a little bit of daylight. These are supposedly the main restaurants here. They all look dead or just closed. The old school train tracks around the DMZ. Look, danger! Danger! I can see why everyone just like leaves for Seoul or Incheon or some sort of the major cities, and this place is just, it's sort of like a retirement home. Because everyone is just old, they own a farm, they do some kimchi, but it does seem like a little peaceful vibe though, besides the imminent threat of war. Besides that, they're probably living out a peaceful life. Just planting trees. How many? Just planting new crops like this. That's retirement life, I guess, eh? I've just discovered the 5th tunnel that the North Koreans are trying to develop. Get into the south. We found it, guys. We found it. Sarcasm, sarcasm. You know, as I was walking through here, I just realized Seoul is so close to North Korea. You can drive into the north within an hour, 2 at most, I'd say. And it makes sense why the north were planting 4 tunnels in order to get into the south. Jesus. Don't you hate it when you're the only one around and it's silent and then something falls and then you just go, what was that? It would have been such an easy attack into Seoul. And then I just realized that maybe not too long ago, South Korea were planning or are planning to move to Sejong, which is sort of central South Korea. I guess just in case some sort of attack does happen in the future, which obviously fingers crossed it doesn't. Alrighty, little Korean beer. The only fun thing to do around here is a little convenience store there. I'll be honest, if I lived out here, this is all I'll be doing as well. I guess I am. Ooh, Gus, cold brew. I'm gonna see how the night is before I make a final judgment on the DMZ and staying in this area. Might need 10 more of these just to make me feel at ease. Alright, excuse the lighting guys, but it's about 8:30 p.m. Streets pitch black. All the stores are shut here in this area. I think it's just me and the homestay owner. Like there's no one else in here. It's that dead, it's that quiet. I'm assuming not many people stay here, or it's just not the season, but we're in here about to knock off for an early night. Let's see if the night time's any different. I'm assuming it's just gonna be peaceful, dead quiet. Maybe someone's gonna pop off. Fingers crossed. I'm sure nothing's gonna happen, but I'm gonna try and get some sleep. Alright, good morning. It's about 8 AM out here now. Very, very good sleep actually. Bed's rough, but that's what you get out in rural bloody South Korea. Jesus. Honestly, nothing kicked off at all. Right, we're freshened up. Very nice little homestay there. I think he lives in there. This is for me? Yeah. Ah, 감사합니다. Thank you. Looking these fresh croissants. Oh my god. It's 8:30 in the morning, but will the bus come here?
Yeah.
Oh, it will come here. Okay.
The bus will come and start.
Okay, awesome. Alrighty, we just waiting for a bus now. That's the thing with village time. The next bus is in 40 minutes. They are very irregular. Alright, well, whilst we wait, final thoughts on the DMZ. Getting here yesterday, the journey, long one. Getting to Munson Station and then immediately seeing a lot of the people in the army. That was immediately like, wow, okay. This is definitely a potentially dangerous border. And obviously learning about the Korean War yesterday as well, and the amount of people that died. Slightly reminiscent of the Vietnam War, I might have mentioned. So it might struck a chord for me, maybe a little bit more than others who haven't experienced like some sort of internal civil war, if you will. It was worth the experience though, and honestly I wouldn't stay overnight. There's no point. Everything seems safe, everything feels safe. Alright, I'm gonna go and catch a little bus now. Bus stop should just be up here. Look at this gentleman over here. 안녕하세요. He's got a little Kevlar body armor on. Maybe shit does go down. Maybe it goes pop, pop, pop.